Okay, well, welcome everybody out there watching to another week of us playing Dungeons and Dragons. We are playing a campaign based off of Stephen King's Dark Tower series. As always, I don't have any rights to his material. I'm just using it to create the game that we're playing. We are playing a mixture of pretty much 5e and homebrew rules. If you don't like it, well, tough shit, you're not playing. As always, if you like it, by all means, drop a comment. We might not be able to reply, but definitely appreciate the love. So last time we played, we went. Eth and Zoros had come back through Zoros's door, and then walking along the beach, you found another door that was made up of thousands and thousands of saplings interwoven together to create the door of the hermit, who you also know as Aezare. You kind of watched through her door a little bit as Aezare interacted with a child who told her that their village was being threatened by some bandits. So she decided to go out and investigate, at which point a blue dwarf by the name of Zoros just randomly appeared behind her out of nowhere. And they managed to find the bandit camp and try to do some trickery to get the bandits to go away, but it did not exactly go how they planned. At which point a fight ensued. Eth eventually jumped through the door, startling Aezare a bit. But after the bandits were killed, went back to the village, spoke with the elder. The village was safe, and Aezare had gotten a send off by a bunch of the forest animals, as well as a figure that was made up of branches and leaves and twigs that were stirred up by the wind. And with that, she stepped through the door onto the beach. And when she did, she was flooded with memories of interactions in Tull, meeting Eth and Zoros, meeting Roland, meeting all of the other companions who are not around. And that is where we pick up, right as they entered the door. So, what are you three doing?
Well, I guess we still have four party members we need to track down. So I say we're back at the beach area
Correct.
thing.
You are back on the beach.
So I say we start looking for another door.
Okay.
I assume you guys fill me in on everything.
Everything.
Yeah, real quick. I know now what all has.
I mean, it's not that much knowledge, just because it's going from the mines where you fell until this door. It's
Okay.
only been roughly a couple days, as far as Eth is aware, because he doesn't know how long he was asleep for. But it's not a whole lot of information to fill you in on, basically.
Okay. So you catch me up on the basics, and so I think we should keep looking for doors. I guess heading in the same direction of the other doors have been in this same direction. So
That's what I would suggest as well. Just because my first thought when I came out of the cave was to continue going the same way that we were going, the direction. And that's where I found Zoros's door, and then went the same way and found yours. So as long as we keep going as far as I believe west, we should find more.
cool.
Is what we're assuming. So
Works for me.
what time of day is it right now?
At this point, it would be probably 2, 3 in the afternoon. Because I know you two rested after you came back through from Zoros's door, and
Right.
the next door was maybe 4 or 5 miles down the beach.
Well, my suggestion is let's go ahead, wait till daybreak, get another good night's rest. That way I can, because I stayed up the last night to watch. So let's stay up. Let's just do a long rest and start fresh in the morning, because who knows how long it'll take to find a door.
Mhm.
True.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and look for an area to make camp or something.
That's fine. You guys can easily go away from the beach a bit. And Aezare, since you are new to the beach, you do see that there are these interesting lobster-like creatures that are kind of scattered amongst the beach, keeping to themselves. That do have their hands raised as if they were boxing, and you do hear random phrases come from them as you're walking through. But you guys are easily able to find a place to set up a little camp and rest for the night. So you all do get a long rest.
Okay.
Morning comes. There was no issue overnight. And as you continue walking west down the beach, you walk for probably a couple hours before either of you can make out a faint shape in the distance on the beach. Zoros and F, you are both familiar with what the shape represents. For the first time, Aezare, you do see what seems to look like a door-like structure just sitting on the beach.
I say we go take a look,
I agree.
see whose it is.
So as you get a little bit closer, you're able to start making out more details of the door. Eth, what you've noticed as you've gone through since seeing each of the doors is that each of the doors look completely different from one another. Zoros's was made out of 2 different stones. Azare's was made out of a bunch of little saplings. This door in front of you looks like it's actually made of a light metal. You see lights all over it that are flashing in random patterns. And on this door, there is an image of a man in an ornate chariot. The man has the reins in his hands, trying to steer 2 creatures that are outside of the image. And then etched into the metal above the image are the words, "The Chariot."
So first and foremost, I'm going to pull out the tarot card. Did I give that tarot card to Aezare last week? I don't remember if I
No,
did.
because we stopped right as you guys stepped through.
Okay, so I'm going to pull out the tarot card that matched her door and ask her if she wants to keep it.
Certainly.
So that would be the Hermit card.
And then I will find the other card that matches the door. You said the Chariot.
Yes, the Chariot.
Is it in my pack?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, like the other 2, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to touch the door with it.
Okay, as soon as you touch the door with the card, you hear a loud click. And the previous magical essence of the card fades.
Okay. I'm going to put it in my pocket.
Okay.
And I will say, Aezare, would you like to be the owner?
Would I like to what?
Would you like to do the honors? Would you like to open the door?
Sure. As long as nothing jumps out at me.
Well, nothing has jumped out yet. There's always a chance, but I mean, there's only one way to find out.
All right. I'll go up to the door and try to open it.
Okay. So as you go to open it, I mean, the handle turns, and you expect the door to give a little bit of resistance due to it dragging through the sand, but it actually slides as if it seemingly were on a track, and the sand wasn't even a factor. What you see on the other side of the door kind of blows your mind a little bit. You're used to sticking in the forest and being with nature and being in like small villages. Um, the view through the door, it doesn't look like there is anything natural in sight. Um, the view actually opens to a small room. The walls of the room are a light blue. The floor has really thick carpeting. It looks very lush and luxurious. All along the walls are plush couches. Windows stretch the entire length of this room. And the outside, it looks like it is currently moving at a very, very fast speed. On each of the couch sits multiple men in uniforms and armor. And as you're watching, you hear a female voice kind of come out from nowhere. And it says, "We are approaching Ludmark, Captain Marshall." And as you hear that voice, a grizzly man stands stands up from one of the couches and just replies, "Thank you, Patricia. Men, let us get ready. The plague continues to spread throughout the cities. Keep your masks on at all times. This TikTok and his men continue to launch attacks against their soldiers. We need to try to push them back and make sure the city does not become overrun. Our mission is simple. We're instructed to take out TikTok at all costs." And as after he's done talking, he pulls a mask off of his belt and places it onto his head. And before he pulls it over his face, he just pretty much says one last thing of, "Death doctors, let's make this fast and easy." And as that, he kind of pulls the mask over his face, and you guys see it's a large black mask, has a very elongated nose. It has very large black glass covered eyes. Um, as he puts on his mask, the rest of the team stands up and puts on their mask as well. And as you're kind of watching, the outside view of the room starts to slow down, and almost as if the room's coming to a stop. And yeah, as soon as the kind of just settles in place, you hear a little ding, and again a voice out of nowhere appears and says, "Please stand clear of the doors. You have reached your destination of Ludmark. Watch your step." And Captain Marshall just thanks Patricia and then walks out the room. At this point, the other men that were on the couch start leaving the room as well. But strangely, this door doesn't seem to follow them. It's staying on the empty room.
So at this point, I'll go ahead and I will tell Aezare, it's confusing because up until now, the scene always moved with you. You would look through the door like I thought that it would just start following them. Do you want to go in?
Now, you do also, before the men leave the room, you do notice that the last one out looks like a former companion of yours by the name of Faustus.
That's what I was about to ask, if you recognized anybody. I mean, we know that guy, so I guess we're supposed to follow him, but if the door disappeared before, I don't know how we're going to get back. We'll just have to, I guess if we go through, we're just going to have to really be on guard because I've never seen any place like this before.
I mean, and I haven't either. DM, when we're looking through the door, does it look like a place that I would have been before?
Not really. This place looks pretty advanced. You've been through some cities, you've seen cars, you've seen some automobiles, but this, at least looking from the inside of the room that the doors open up to, it looks very high tech and very luxurious.
Zoros, what is your opinion?
I don't know. You know me, man. I'm always pretty cautious. I always like to know exactly what I'm getting into before we go anywhere. But one thing that I've noticed about these doors is it's pretty. There's a system. They're opening and then they're closing. They're opening and staying open. I don't think there's a consistency. I think whatever we have to do, we have to complete before we can get back to where we're supposed to be. So I don't see any reason not to just all go.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. We don't want to let them get too far away and then we have no idea what's going on at all. We don't even have a person to track.
Exactly. I would
The
say
only
we
thing
should.
that makes me a little nervous is they're talking about masks. We don't have masks. And
Maybe we can, if after we go through the door, we can see if there's any extras in the room thing.
I think we should.
Find that Patricia girl and see if she has some more. Weren't they talking to a Patricia?
That's what the guy called her.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and step through the door.
Same.
Okay. As you three step through the door, your feet come in contact with the very soft carpet. And as you come through, the door closes behind you and you hear a little click. And as you look over your shoulder where the door is, there is no door there. You just see an open door leading out of this room, and part of the wall as well.
Can you describe the room to me?
So the room's about 10 feet wide, about 30 feet long. There are windows that stretch on either side of the length of this room. The end of it, one end of it is kind of just flat. The other end is kind of bowed out a little bit. There is lush blue carpeting, couches all along the wall. There's a little bar area that has some glasses on it. It looks like a very comfortable room.
What do we see when we're looking out the windows?
You see, give me a perception check.
Yeah, 9.
You are so taken by how comfortable the carpet is that you're just not even really paying much attention to what's out the windows. This is the softest carpet you have ever felt.
Sure.
Do we see anything that we can use for a mask or something that we can put on to protect ourselves from whatever they're
Give
protecting themselves
me
from?
an investigation check.
That's 17.
Okay, so looking around, you don't find any masks. There are a lot of bottles of liquid under the bar, but you don't find any masks, no.
Do
We have
want-
any idea where Patricia is?
As soon as you mention the name Patricia, you hear a voice come out of seemingly nowhere, and she says, "Well, hello there. Where did you
Hello,
come from?"
you must be Patricia.
Yes, I am. Who are you?
Hmm.
And as she's talking, you can kind of, I guess I'm kind of doing it a little bit like a stutter, but it's almost like her voice is glitching a little bit as she's talking to you.
Okay, would there be anything in our thing to think that this is not a human being?
Um,
That's the first thing that I'm thinking is she's an AI. But
give
would
me
my character know that?
give me an insight check.
I don't can insight. Where do I find that?
It should be under your skills, like right around investigation.
Oh, that spells. Sorry.
For you, it's a +1.
Oh, okay. 12. Is that 12 or 15?
That's 15
15.
plus 1, so 16.
She sounds human, but something is just a little off, but you don't know what. You yourself have never dealt with robots or AIs of any kind, so you wouldn't necessarily know that that's what it is, but it doesn't sound fully human to you.
So, Patricia, is there any chance we could sit down and talk?
By all means, my
No, I mean with
precious.
you here.
I am here. What are you talking about?
Not sure I follow. How can you be here? Where are you? I don't see you.
I'm all around you.
Well, Eth and Zara, feel free to jump in. I'm struggling here.
I'm sorry. So you're the room?
Well, I am much more than this room. This is but one of my many compartments.
Compartments of what?
Oh, my dear sweet child, this is a monorail.
Okay.
A monorail. Like a train.
That is one way it could be worded, yes.
Okay.
So we
You're the
want
train.
to help the what were they called? The
Death doctors?
death doctors. We want to help them. We want to provide support, but we don't have any masks. Can you hook us up?
Unfortunately, I do not carry any masks. I only have what people have brought in and taken with them. Why would you plan a trip to Ludmark if you were not prepared for the journey?
We kind of stumbled into it. We got on the wrong train. We didn't realize where we were, and when we realized that there was a problem, and we all kind of have a little bit of history of helping people, especially when it comes to physical combat, and we just wanted to offer our services since we were here.
As you're kind of talking and as you're going through that, you hear a different voice kind of come on, and very little staticky, and we would know it as kind of like an old timey, and just said, "Well, you should have taken the left at Albuquerque." And then she just swaps back to Patricia, without even missing a beat. Well, the death doctors are very, very well known here. They always prefer to help people. They might have masks that you could borrow.
Why do we need masks? I'm asking Patricia.
No. I know. I'm trying to think of if she would actually know this, but she would. Uh, my dear boy, the radiation levels of this city have been rising steadily for the past 20 years. Without masks, that could be extremely dangerous.
How long could we last without them?
You could probably last a couple days without seeing any adverse side
Oh.
effects.
Well, that's fine.
You all are rather peculiar to me, so I don't know that much about your physiological makeup, though.
You're kind of peculiar to us as well.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
Since I've been like in the forest, kind of in seclusion, do I know like monorail, radiation?
No, this is all like someone just speaking German to you.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You have no idea what this voice is even talking about, where it's coming from at all.
Yep, I'm real confused.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
No problem.
So I think we should just go out and see where they went.
So I don't know what's going on, but it sounded like we could die. But in
I
a couple
mean-
of days?
In a couple of days, that's a long time.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I do know how to heal. I don't
So
know
it
how
could be
good I
even
am at
longer.
it, but I
As
can
long as you're
try.
better at
Producing
that
fire.
than making fire, we're okay.
I don't know. I can't guarantee anything.
Zoros, are you on board with just stepping out and seeing what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, everything we've done has been a day or two max.
How do we get out of here?
Well, there's a door.
Yeah.
Patricia's voice comes on as well, and you would just go through the door. They do
Are-
have doors where you're from, right?
Yes, there
No.
are doors. Is there? I just wanted to make sure we weren't floating or something. I don't know what I'm seeing or doing. I've never seen any of this before.
So I'll look through the door to make sure that we're not apparently like thousands of feet up in the air. And that there's actually something to step out onto.
There's solid ground. You
Okay.
look to be in a mildly busy looking train station.
Okay, cool. We're good.
And as
So
you go,
busy as in there are people out there.
there are people out there, yes.
Are they all wearing masks?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna look weird.
Okay.
And as you get closer to the door, you hear Patricia come back on and say, please mind the step.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy
Thank
your stay at
you.
Ludmark.
Please mind the rail. Okay.
Mind the
That,
Do you,
she was-
Patricia, where did you say we could get a mask from the other death doctors?
Well, you could ask them. I sadly don't go much further than this, so I don't know where in the city everything is. My
Okay.
rail
Let's,
stops
if it's
here.
a busy station, let's ask one of the passersby, say, our masks are gone. Somebody must have taken them. We need to get some masks. Where can we get masks quickly?
If everybody has masks, then we should be able to get masks because then it's not just death doctors wearing masks.
Right.
Right. We're just turning into peddlers. That's all.
It's fine.
Okay. So that's what we'll do. We'll step out onto the outside. I don't know what it's called. Out into the station thing. And as people are walking by, be like, "Does anybody have a spare mask?"
So
Where can we get one?
Where
Yeah,
can we get a mask?
as you step out, you hear voices kind of ringing out from various areas on the platform, announcing the arrival of Patricia and the departure of Blaine.
It was
and it has
Patricia.
various times and different locations. Um,
Okay.
you do see people. There aren't. It's not like hundreds of people out there. There's maybe 10 people walking around, but they're all wearing masks. And as you go up to them, they all stare at you wide-eyed and quickly back away from you.
Nobody has.
Is there
spare
anything
mask?
that we can, let's pull our things up.
You got a
so that-
mask?
Spice,
About-
spice.
We can make a beak like you got.
I mean, pretty much, yeah. It's gonna look like somebody just pooted, but that's okay. Everybody I see, though, I'm going to be like, "Do you have a spare mask? Do you have a spare mask? I lost my mask." Do you have a spare mask?
And you notice that when you're kind of walking around like that, everyone is giving you a very wide berth. No one is coming within 10 feet of you.
Does
Nobody
anybody
will
speak the
answer
language I
us.
am speaking?
They're staring at you, but they're not acknowledging. It's kind of one of those, like, they're staring from like the side of their eye as they're walking by. But they are not acknowledging you. They are just moving on.
Maybe we're just in a, like, this might be upper class and we're just not classy enough to be up here. Maybe that's the problem. Okay. I'm just gonna quick look around, see if I can find where the death doctors went.
Give me a perception check.
That didn't do very well for me the last time. Yeah, that's a nat 1.
Yeah, no, you're trying to go around and try and get people's attention to try
You
and
got a mask?
get a mask that you have no idea which way they went.
I'll be like,
Can
"You
we
got a
Yes, we
mask!"
can-
look around and see if there's like any shops or anything like that that might sell masks? Like a
Looking around, here you don't see any sort of shops in the middle of the train station. If you went out to the city, you might be able to find something, but there are no shops here.
okay.
Entrances, is this above ground, below ground? Are we in a building? Is there multiple exits? Can we kind of deduce a little bit what path people would have taken on a main way out of this building?
So from where you are, you're kind of in a big open space. There is a canopy over you. You're on a raised platform that's probably about 5 feet off, like higher than the other ground on the other side of it. There are just steps leading down to it. If you kind of look back, you do see a big pink train that is actually, hold on. Actually, sorry, I apologize. It is a large blue train that is sitting. That is where you got off of, so you can deduce that that is Patricia. About 20 feet next to her, there is another near identical train, but this one is pink. You would deduce that this is Blaine the Mono. There are two main exits. It's kind of like a long station that you're in, but there are two main exits, one on Patricia's side and one on Blaine's side, leading out to what you can see are just buildings as tall as you have ever seen them.
Well, I think we should go to the exit near the train that we just got off of, because
Mhm.
that would make sense that would be the primary exit for the building. But we have to, we're not getting any help from the people and we're not getting anywhere running around without a mask. I say we exit the station, see if we can figure out kind of what we're dealing with and at least try to come up with some kind of protection from the radiation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You guys can easily exit out, and as you exit out of the station, the pretty much city opens up before you. There's pretty much one big street that's leading to the left and to the right of the station. Enormous skyscrapers lay out before you, but as someone give me a perception check.
I've had good rolls. I'm not going to do this one. I'm due for a bad one.
I'll do it. I haven't done one yet.
I rolled a 17.
I got a 15.
Okay. What you both notice as you're kind of looking around is while this place looks very high tech and the mono look very luxurious, this city looks like it's seen some better days. Things are just looking really dirty, run down. You see some smoke in the air at various places. And as you're looking around, you see a mixture of people. You see the majority of them have masks, but there are actually some people that do not have masks on. And the people with masks completely avoid the people without the masks.
There's something going on here.
Maybe like there's a plague or something. That might be what the radiation does, is it might give you like a plague or something.
Do these people without masks, do they look normal?
So they're hunched over. They're walking slowly, aimlessly around. Their bodies are covered in sores, some of them exploding with a milky white pus. As you look at their face a little bit, you see that their eyes are just clouded over with cataracts. They're not really noticing kind of what's going on around them. They're just kind of walking
So no,
Okay.
they don't look good.
Yeah, I think we should probably join the people with masks and avoid the people without masks, at least until we get a little better grasp of what's going on.
That's why people are.
What did the guy say before we walked through the door that they were going after somebody?
TikTok. Because it sounded like a clock.
Okay, so should we ask if anybody's heard of this TikTok? Because if they went after him, and
Nobody's talking to us without masks, so I think our first priority is to get masks.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Do we see any store that looks like a general goods store or clothing store or something that might carry something like that?
Mhm.
Give me an investigation check.
Told you, 5.
You do not notice. You are just so disgusted by how the people without masks look.
F?
I will try myself. I only rolled a 7.
Yeah,
I'll
you
try
do not find them much either.
I got a 19.
Okay.
So Aezare is not letting these people distract her, and you manage to find a building that looks like it is a shop of some sort.
Guys, it's a shop. Let's go over there.
All right. So I suggest we pull our shirts or clothes up over our face.
You,
Go
can
check
we,
it out.
do we try and walk straight like we're normal people and not all like punchy? I don't want
You know
people
what,
to
guys?
think We're weird.
Being
Why don't we
a
just walk
blue
normal?
dwarf- being a blue dwarf might not lend itself to
Making people think you're normal.
making people think I'm normal. So why don't you, Maxie, get your nose out of there. Why don't you guys go on in and buy me a mask, and I'll wait out here.
If they have one, sure. Okay.
Sure. Are you
I'm gonna walk
okay?
normally. I'm not gonna walk like I've got a stick shoved up anywhere. I'm also not hunched over like I'm, 97
just-
years old.
Just don't be weird.
Don't be
Are
weird,
you-
of course.
Zoros, are you okay out on your own? If
I'll
trouble,
just wait outside. I'm
Okay.
good.
we'll keep an ear out. We'll go in the store. Let's see what there is.
As you enter into the store, you see the shopkeep has a mask on, and as soon as he sees you, it says, "No! I don't want you folks here. Y'all need to stay outside."
Okay,
We're just-
can you do
We're just trying to get masks.
you have any masks to buy?
I have masks, but I don't normally sell to the likes of you.
We're new to
You don't
town.
sell
We
to
don't know the
customers?
likes of who.
I don't sell to the unclean.
I
I
just took a bath.
bathed like 4 weeks ago. I mean, sure, I could use a bath right now, but still, I have much
can have-
gold.
That is much gold. Give me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh, that's not cool. Two.
Time to swap out your dice.
I'm using the electronic ones.
I don't sell to the unclean.
If the unclean like who we saw, we are not them. We just
Yeah,
got
look.
into town and we didn't realize we needed masks.
I don't have cataracts. I'm not hunched over, nice and straight.
Yeah.
Y'all are walking around without masks, though.
We're
That-
trying to find
unclean.
masks. We had
didn't know we
unforeseen
needed them.
circumstances and we just need masks because we don't want to get sick. We don't want to be unclean. Can we please buy masks?
Aezare, give me a perception check, but not at disadvantage.
That's
So just a
rude.
regular roll.
Why is she not a disadvantage?
Because you were actually showing him afterwards of the eyes standing up straight and
11.
going up. He looks at you. You see a little bit of fear in his eyes.
Great.
But he sighs and says, "Okay, I'll sell you some masks."
We need
Thank
three.
you.
No, yeah, 3.
We need 3.
That'll be 10 gold.
I'll give you 20.
Wait, no, don't. What?
That's a deal, sir.
That's
I'm
20
gonna
of your
give
own.
him, 20 gold, because this way he knows that we're not doing it, just because we're something. I don't know.
Thank you
Is
for
this
the
you-
mask, Eth. I appreciate it.
It's no problem. I don't know where. There it is.
So he gives you 3 masks. They are made of a simple leather. They have glass covering the eyes, and you can see some sort of a ventilator covering the mouth.
I'll put mine on directly as soon as I get it.
Same.
When you guys put the masks on, you do see he does kind of start to relax a little bit. And says, I thank you for your patronage.
No problem. Do you want to take this other mask out to Zoros, and then I can just ask the shopkeep one real quick question?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay,
I was
so
gonna
I'll
ask the same thing.
I'll hand Aezare the other mask, and then I'll stay behind.
I'll go to Zoros.
I take the mask and put it on.
Shopkeep. Have you ever heard of TikTok?
When you mention that name, the look of fear comes back into his eyes. And he says, I think it's best time y'all be moving on.
I just need to know the direction he is.
Listen for the sounds. You'll find out really quickly.
Okay. Thank you. And
Thank
I'll
you.
walk out. So I will rejoin Aezare and Zoros. And I will tell them that I asked him about TikTok. He got scared as soon as I asked him about him, and said that we needed to leave. I said I just needed to know the direction that he was. That way we could go to him. And he said we need.
As you are explaining this to them, you hear an extremely loud explosion erupt from the city, maybe a couple streets over from where you are. I need all three of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Is that a regular?
Yep, D20
Two.
and then add your dexterity saving throw.
I got S dice. I got a 2.
I rolled a nat 1, so I got a.
Oh, wonderful.
So as
You're
you're all
dead.
standing there and you hear the explosion, it is close enough that you all feel just a wave of force kind of come over you, and all of you fall to the ground as the shock wave from the explosion just knocks you off your feet.
Cool.
Ow.
I think we found our guy.
I was about to say, you said follow the sound, so I'd say let's go.
I thought it was gonna be TikToks, like a clock.
Someone give me a perception check.
I'm afraid to roll again.
I am too. It's like, this is not good.
10.
12.
Ugh.
Okay.
Andy, you're dead.
Oh, camel toe.
I got a 9.
Okay. So Aezare is a little distracted by the shockwave and the explosion, but Eth and Zoros, as you're standing up, you're kind of looking around and you notice that no one seems to react or care about the explosion at all. They're just walking around, continuing on with their normal day.
That's interesting.
It is pretty easy to find the source of the explosion. And like I said, it's only a couple streets over. And as you are kind of winding through the city, you do find the source. You come across a smoky crater in the middle of the street. Bodies lay strewn all about. Some of them are pretty good looking. Some of them are not even recognizable as bodies. But what you do notice is the death doctors, and they are moving quickly around to the bodies. You see Captain Marshall helping to drag some of the bodies, and you recognize based on their armor and their masks that they are bodies of death doctors, and he's pulling them away from the craters. And you see one death doctor that's trying to go around to each of them and kind of tend to them. And he kind of puts his hands out, and his hands flare with a golden energy as he waves them over the body. And you see the energy wrap around and envelop the body on the ground, and you kind of see the wounds start to close a little bit before you. The breathing becomes more even and deep, and you hear Captain Marshall call out, "Faustus, we have another one over here." And the death doctor that was kneeling over the body gets up and and goes over to the other body, and you see the hands glow gold again, and you see the magic just wrapping itself around the body. But this time nothing happens. The wounds stay as they are. And Captain Marshall just shakes his head and says, damn, we were too late for him. And that's where Faustus joins us.
Hey, Faustus.
So Faustus, you are helping Captain Marshall try to gather as many bodies of Death Doctors as you can, healing whatever you can, tending to those that are injured.
So Faustus takes a deep breath and slowly gets back up, looks at Captain Marshall, and asks, how many have we lost so far?
You see Captain Marshall doing a quick tally in his head, and he kind of looks down dejected for a moment and says, by my count, I think we lost about 5. And your group of the Death Doctors, it wasn't very big to begin with. It was only about 8 or 9 people, so not that many people have survived.
Question for the DM. Are we close enough to hear the conversation, or do we just see him talking?
At the moment, probably just see him talking, unless you are going to get closer.
Yeah, I think we should start kind of moving closer.
Are there other people around?
You notice that pretty much the only living people are the Death Doctors. All the rest are just bodies in the ground, on the ground.
Do we want to try and be stealthy, or
I'd say we walk up as a group and just offer our assistance. Can we help in any way?
Yeah, how can we help?
but we don't know how things are done here. They might be like, and attack us.
Well,
Well,
we gotta do something. It's if they catch us creeping around, they're gonna think we're up to something.
Yeah, this is true. I thought you guys were up to something.
exactly.
Bingo.
We can try.
Besides, we need to find out what we have to do in order to
Get
open
outta
the
here.
door again. So
Maybe we have
the
to
only way-
defeat TikTok.
that could be. I'd say what we do is we just go up, ask how we can help, and then tag along with Faustus. Maybe try to get him to understand that he knows who we are. Well, that we know who he is. He doesn't know us yet. So weird.
Yeah. It took a bit for me. So we'll have to see how trusting he is.
Yeah. So that's what we'll do. We'll go up close enough to where we know that they'll be able to hear us, and then we'll say out loud, is there anything that we can do to help?
At the sound of the voice, you hear you see Captain Marshall's head just snap up, and he quickly says, Death Doctor's defensive. And all the 3 Death Doctors that are left draw their weapons and kind of stand in a defensive position around the bodies of their wounded and dead. They're not showing any aggression towards you. They are just being defensive and being careful.
I put my hands up and say, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Mhm.
we're not trying to hurt you. We're not trying to do anything. We are literally just trying to help.
Roll a persuasion check
Ugh.
with advantage.
Why did I know you were going to ask me to do that?
Because
4.
with advantage. So roll again.
20.
Okay.
Whoa. Yeah.
It was a nat 20. Okay, so he looks at you for a couple moments and gestures to the Death Doctors to lower their weapons. He steps forward and says that pretty much doesn't move his mask at all, but just kind of stares at you and says, "My name's Captain Marshall. Who are you? What are you doing here?"
Well, I'm
Talking
Aezare.
to me.
Yeah, you're the one that was talking to him.
Oh, my name is Zoros. This here is Eth and Aezare, and we actually got on the wrong train and ended up here. We had no mask. We've been running around town trying to get a mask, trying to get our bearings on what's going on here. And we all have some experience in defending and helping defend people. And when we heard the explosion, we came over to see if there was something we might be able to do to help you. It looks like you lost some of your guys, so an extra set of hands or three might come in handy.
At your explanation, he kind of looks to Faustus a little curiously. And have you ever heard of anyone getting on the wrong train?
No, sir, that does not happen.
You obviously have not met a blue dwarf, a druid, and a mage.
I don't quite think you know what you've gotten yourself into, son, but this is not exactly a place you want to just wind up in.
Too late.
And he kind of sighs and puts his hands on his kind of rubbing his head a little bit and looks down at the wounded and says, "You are right. We did suffer some heavy losses today. This looks like it was an attack by TikTok, and we're going to need all the help we can get. He's become a lot more erratic and aggressive lately, and things are not going to last much longer unless we do something to stop him once and for all."
Lead the way.
He looks to Faustus and says, "Faustus, lead them to Bunker 3. I'll get some help carrying some of the wounded back. We will meet back up there and go over our plan as scheduled."
Permission to speak freely, sir.
Granted.
Are we really gonna just take these people at their word?
Look at them. They're different than what we've seen. We know TikTok's men. They don't look like TikTok's men. That one looks way too weak to be able to serve someone like TikTok.
Hey.
Funnily enough, he doesn't actually motion towards one of you individually, so you don't really know which one.
Oh, we know which one he's talking about.
He meant Eth.
He did.
But he also said, as he continues talking with Faustus, they ran towards the explosion and seem like they actually care. I'm not going to take my eyes off of them, but we can use the help. Be cautious.
Yes, sir.
Dismissed.
Yes, sir. All right, people, I guess you're with me.
And you know the way to Bunker 3. It's you follow a couple winding streets through the city until you come across what seems just like a normal storefront. But as you knock on it, you kind of knock in a very specific manner that kind of makes everyone else think that this might be some sort of a code to get in. And you hear someone unlock some locks on the door, and it opens up. And as you step in, you see that the inside of this building has been fortified. There are metal plates all along the walls to try and help block out from any explosion. There are racks upon racks of various weapons, some armor that is all throughout here. Like, this looks like a pretty fortified building. And after you step in, the person who opens the door salutes to Faustus and then locks the door behind the three of you, or four of you.
All right.
So I'm gonna have an aside with Aezare real quick, and just how are you going to introduce the notion that Faustus knows us?
Wait, I am?
Yeah, why not? I've had to do it twice.
Faustus, by the way, you did just hear them say your name. They are talking about you somehow, for some reason.
This is an aside, so I am doing it like this.
It's not a very big building.
Or something.
And I had no problem looking at him while I'm talking about him either. So,
All right, civvies. What exactly are you talking about me?
we're just having a conversation. That's all.
I heard my name.
Carry on. Well, we heard your name. The captain out there called you Faustus. So
Exactly. So why talk about me?
we're just talking.
We're trying to get a handle on this situation and everything that's going on. There's buildings here that are really big.
Oh yeah, she's never been around cities before.
That's what cities look like.
Those don't exist where I'm from.
Were you
This
raised in the forest or something?
Yeah, actually, rude.
Surely you're joking.
Calm down, Aezare.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I'm not joking. Druid, that means forest.
And as you guys are talking, you hear a knock at the door that was similar to the knock that Faustus made. And you see the guy go over and unlock the many locks that are on the side of it. And Captain Marshall steps through the door. He salutes the guy that opened the door for him, and then just kind of takes in the scene.
Aezare, you're not doing a good job. You've already pissed him off.
He pissed me off.
He doesn't know any better. He's an idiot.
Well, do you want me to?
I'm in front of you.
again?
I can hear you speaking.
You don't know I'm talking about you, sir.
When
Good
you
day.
say when
You're
you
making
said
it
that he
worse.
was an idiot, you see Captain Marshall step forward and say, I will have you know that Faustus is one of the best goddamn healers we have in the Death Doctors. And if you are to help us with this mission, I will not have you disrespecting one of my men so blatantly.
In all fairness, you said Eth was weak.
I didn't say that.
Faustus did.
Oh, you said it. We were there.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, if we can stop insulting each other for 5 minutes, maybe we'll have a chance to be able to take out TikTok. But I do promise the three of you that if you step one toe out of line, TikTok won't be our only target.
I'm sorry, are you threatening us?
You are here in my turf. You are here with my people. You will follow my command or you will leave. Is that understood?
Absolutely.
It is.
Eth, fall in line.
Oh, I'm not at all
Yes.
in the military.
I understand that, but if you want to get through this, you better start pretending.
We're here to help. That's all that we want. We will do our best, to listen. It might
I'm
not
listening.
happen all the time, but we will try to cooperate with what you are wanting.
I
Can
don't
we
know.
get some more information on this TikTok character?
So he nods to you and he walks deeper into the building, motioning for you to follow. And in the next room, you kind of see a map that is set up, laid out on a table. And he points to one area of the map and says, "This is where we are in Bunker 3. TikTok has control of the eastern side of the city. He's gotten a lot more support than we expected him to. He's gotten new agents who are, as you have seen, very skilled with explosives. We need to take him out. For the good of the city, we need to take him out. We have been monitoring TikTok's movements as of late, and we have some intel that he is going to be making a strike on an armory close to downtown. I want to set up an ambush and take him out once and for all."
Okay.
Sounds good to me. I got a question for you though.
You
When I
go
was
first.
when I was looking around, I saw all kinds of armor and weapons and things like that, and I need some ammunition for my preferred weapon. If I showed you the ammunition, is that something you can help me with?
Possibly.
Okay, so slowly pull it, non-threatening out my gun, spin the chamber, pull a bullet, show it to him.
He takes it. He takes one of the bullets and kind of hefts it around and kind of shakes his head. And unfortunately, we do not deal in this kind of ammunition. And he hands it
Worth
back
a
to
shot.
you. No, I understand. That looks like it can do a shit ton of damage.
Okay, I've got some questions.
Okay.
Basic questions, because if we're going to attack this guy, one, what does he look like? Two, why is he called TikTok? And three, how did he come about all of this? Did he just take over? Is he corrupt? Was he like, "Hey guys, come join my side of town"?
So TikTok is a giant of a man. He stands about 6 feet. No, sorry, stands about 7 feet tall. Solid muscle. He is not someone that you necessarily want to take lightly. We call him TikTok because around his neck he wears a there's no easy way of saying this without sounding kind of crazy. He wears a clock around his neck. Why? I have no idea. I have never really gotten close enough to him, nor cared to ask him why he wears this clock around his neck.
Okay.
Tensions have been high in Ludmark over the past decade, and with this tension, a guerrilla group has taken form, and TikTok has decided to head up this group, and he wants to take the city for his own. I do not want that to happen.
He sounds like a bad dude. I
Very
just want to make sure that if we go to fight him, we know that it's him that we're fighting.
You'll know him when you see him.
Has there ever been any trickery when it comes to how he looks, attacks on him personally? Like he gave his clock to somebody else or something like that, because I'm watching out for that.
I don't know how many people you've seen, but personally, I have not seen that many 7 foot tall men built of solid muscle.
Okay.
He would be rather hard to pass off someone as himself, as I'm sure you, and he looks to Zoros, would have a hard time passing someone off as you as well.
Okay.
Yep.
This is a big city. I didn't know if it was occupied by big people. Cool. Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions?
When and where?
Our intelligence says that the strike is going to happen in 2 days' time. I want to set up an ambush, a 3-sided ambush. It'll have groups of 2. Well, 2 groups of 2 and a group of 3. Once TikTok and his men are in range, basically the trap's going to be sprung. All 3 sides will move in as one and block off any retreat. We're expecting the strike to happen in the middle of the night, so I would highly suggest, you get yourself prepared over the next day, and we get ready, because it's not going to be a fun night.
Okay.
And he kind of leads you up some stairs to the second floor of this building, and it has cots lined up as like a very makeshift barracks in this place. And he says, go ahead and find a place to sleep, and we can finalize plans and get set up tomorrow before sundown, and we will try and stop him.
I have a question for you before we get too far. You said a couple days' time. With
So
these
it's sorry, guys.
With these masks that we purchased in town, are these going to be sufficient for protecting us?
Those masks are fine.
Okay.
But yeah, the strike is planned tomorrow night at midnight. So you'll have basically tonight to sleep, and then tomorrow to get prepared, and then the attack. So as the last lights of day kind of disappear beyond the skyline, you notice that a very eerie silence takes the city. No one is on the streets. Lights are not lit inside buildings. It feels like no one in this town is even alive except for you. It just feels very, very quiet. If anyone wants to give me a perception check, give me a perception check.
I will try.
5,
20.
6.
17.
Not 20.
So, Faustus and Aezare, you get the feeling, with as kind of quiet as the city is and everything like that, you get a very weird feeling that you're being watched. But you look around and you can't see anyone or anything that would give you that feeling. It's just one of those weird feelings that you get, and you're like, oh, okay. Oh well.
Let me see if there's something real quick. I want to make sure that I can cast this. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You get a glow from the gun that Zoros has. That's about all that you're getting. Trying to think of any other magic items that y'all may have had, but that's about all that you're getting.
Okay.
My other thing would be in like my pack somewhere.
Yeah. So the night comes to you. Pretty uneventful, very, very oddly quiet. You each can give yourself a long rest if you need to. Nothing really happened during the day, so the day is yours to prepare as you want before we go ahead and go to the following night.
Are we allowed? Can we venture out and see the area where we're supposed to be doing the ambush? Can we wander through?
Captain Marshall says that you're free to walk around the city if you'd like. I would not recommend investigating the armory just because we don't want to give any suspicion to TikTok or his men that it is being watched and make them change their plans. But by all means, you are not prisoners here. You are free to venture out in the city if you'd like to.
I don't know. Personally, I don't really have a great strong desire to see any bit of the city, but
Yeah.
you guys want to go
From what
wander
we
around
saw.
before.
From what we saw, there wasn't really anything out there. I don't need anything either, so.
Okay. Then if there's nothing that is going to be done, we can go ahead and skip forward to that night as the city grows dark. Captain Marshall opens the door and motions for you to follow. As so he kind of winds you through the city towards the armory location. And I will need everyone to make a stealth roll.
15.
$15 for me as well.
6.
15.
Okay, so thankfully it is a group stealth check. So you guys make it that leg of the journey pretty quietly. We're gonna go for another one.
Seven.
4.
3.
Oh,
Uh,
not good.
12.
Okay, so as you are walking around, Eth kicks a rock and it just echoes in the alley, drawing a lot of attention. Captain Marshall kind of turns around and you can't really see his face, but you could still feel his glare staring into you. And we will do one more.
gonna roll a different dice here.
14.
16.
15.
12.
What'd you get, Aezare?
14.
Okay. With Captain Marshall's help, you managed to reach the armory where the ambush is going to happen. And you have probably about an hour or so at this point until midnight. So let us do this.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
What is it like?
I need to. No, that's not right. Okay. Oh, I want to do. Hold on. Wait. Okay, so just need to find the right guy. Okay. And then I need to place you guys on the table. So that is Captain Marshall. No.
What are you doing? Why are you breaking my phone?
Faustus, you are going to be Faustus. Which side do you want to be on?
It doesn't really matter because we're splitting kind of the party up a little bit, right?
Well, you know that Captain Marshall and one of the Death Doctors are going to be up top.
Okay.
So there's another Death Doctor here, and then you can be either with the other group, or you can be with this Death Doctor right here.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And then the other three are going to be
Or wait,
down.
the other three would be the civilians, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think I would trust them to be in a group by themselves.
Okay. So we will put you here in the flanking group. So many windows here. Hold on. Find.
It's like there's more singing.
Okay. So we have Captain Marshall is up here. We have another Death Doctor. You have a Death Doctor, I'll say over here, hiding behind this cart. And then you have all four of you down there. These are TikTok Man. And TikTok Man is this one right here. I'm gonna try and get a different token, because it's gonna be bad if we have, two of the same guys.
Since we're ambushing, do we at least have time to go over our positioning before they show up?
Yeah, pretty much you guys are getting set up here before.
Oh, I thought with TikTok showing up with his henchmen, we were already in getting ready to roll
We haven't.
initiative.
Well, we are, but if you want to do some stuff before that, that's fine. I was just trying to get the map
Okay.
set up. Okay, so if there is positioning that you would like to do, by all means, just let me know. And
I'm gonna need to be by the cart or whatever that is on the right-hand side down on the bottom. Because I'm gonna have to be, I can't cover a lot of ground, so I need to be able to attack. I can't be all the way on the other side of the room. Because I think for this fight, I'm planning on using Justice as opposed to shooting any more guns because I don't have any ammo.
Hey guys, should I turn into a tiger again? It might be better than fire.
Hey, if I don't know, you know what? You might
I could try fire and then do a tiger. Or turn into a multitude of other animals.
or the other thing you could do is you could be a tiger, but or like let's see, something with a like that, so they just see your tail, so that they just think it was a dog or something. Obviously, we don't want you to be a dog, but
I could be a dire wolf.
there you go.
It's
Be a dire
giant.
wolf. That looks kind of like a dog, and you can kind of because is it dark? Is it well lit? What are we looking at?
This is pretty dark. It is coming up on midnight. And
Perfect.
remember, no lights are on in the city. No buildings are lit up. It is.
There you go, Aezare. Go ahead and be a dire wolf, and then you can just they'll just think you're a dog or something, and they won't pay any attention to you. You can attack as soon as they get within range, and if we're attacking first, then you can pounce, and they won't think that you part of it.
Well, I can say my speed is 50.
Which you can cover almost the whole map.
I think so. And then I just bite people. So, rawr.
Brr.
I think that'll, from my past fire experience, a dire wolf will serve our party better.
Now, if your dire wolf catches on fire, we've got big problems.
Well, my dire wolf is also one of my stronger animals that I can turn into. So
there you go.
I've got some strength there if need be.
So how many times can you shapeshift, and how long do you need a rest between?
I can shapeshift. I think it's twice in an hour. 1 second.
Okay, so if you shapeshift into a dire wolf, that form runs its course. You can shapeshift into a tiger or a bear or something that does more damage after that.
Yeah, I can stay in a beast shape for an hour total, and it's twice per short rest. So if this battle goes on for 2 hours, I could be a dire wolf and a tiger.
Okay, well, if it goes 2 hours, we got big issues.
But 2 hours in game.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that translates to. That's up to the DM.
Is everyone ready to? Is everyone where they want to be? Everyone ready to go?
Aezare, I suggest you go up by the that ruins thing up there. Just kind of not hide, but like kind of stand where they can see you. Draw their attention. Like you're rooting around for a squirrel or something, but not so much that you're wide open and easily just shot.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how likely that was for the area, because
How likely? What is?
like I'm guessing a dog is normal for the city, but a dire wolf maybe not so much.
But it's dark. They won't know it's a dire wolf.
Give me a perception check.
My perception is, I think, +2. Oh, I rolled a nat 1, so with my addition, it's 6.
It's all good. You have not seen any form of animal life in this city since you have gotten here.
Okay. Then I'll still go towards the ruins. Can I like hunch down in that like broken area? Is it tall enough or is it like flat on the ground?
It's not that tall. It's not something you'd easily be able to hide behind.
Okay, never mind. That's not gonna work, guys. I'm big.
Faustus is just staring at all this, very confused.
Pretty much. And with that, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Cool. Oh, what's up?
Whoa, 17. I think I've gotten a 1, 2, or 3 every time for initiative.
Report yours or?
Yeah, I was just waiting. It was like Kevin was working on stuff.
Okay, anyone get 25 to 20? 20 to 15.
Me,
16.
17. Well, 17, but I don't know what my. I think I have +1 to initiative.
And then I rolled a 15.
Yeah, +1, so I have an 18.
How do you have? Oh, +2.
You got a 15 now?
No, I had that.
I did.
Okay. Aezare, what'd you get?
A 9.
9. Okay. So since you guys managed to succeed with the stealth checks, you guys all get a surprise round before they do. They get a turn. So Captain Marshall is going to let out a ferocious roar and say, "Death Doctors, let's get them!" and run forward towards TikTok.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
When we're sitting here watching them come in, do we notice weaponry as they come into our ambush site? I mean, can we see that they're carrying swords, they have guns, they have backpacks, can we make out any discernible weaponry?
You notice that two of them are carrying great axes. 4 of them have long swords, and one of them, the big guy, has a great sword.
Okay.
That is as far as Captain Marshall can get. It's him. Zoros, you're up.
Guy on the bottom closest to the pillar.
That one?
Yep. I want to put my back to the pillar though, so I'm going to attack from that side. Yep, right there.
Okay.
And a mighty swing. God damn it. 9 plus.
Well,
what's my hit bonus?
plus
What do I
6.
need to hit?
I'm never going to tell you what you need to hit.
Well, okay.
So you should see under your actions, you have your attack, you have justice.
Actions, okay.
So
yeah,
you have
justice
The
plus
hit.
6.
Yep. So that does hit.
Okay. 1d12 plus 4.
Correct.
7, 11.
11. Okay. As Zoros comes up and wields his mighty hammer and takes a big slash at the guy standing now right in front of him. Okay, so that is Zoros. We are now on to Faustus.
Okay, how far can I get? Would I
What's
just
your
be able to meet the same one that Soros is engaged with?
What's your speed?
30.
Oh yeah, you'd easily be able to get up there with him.
Okay. So as I was running past the direwolf, I'll tell him, try to not mess this up. As soon as I get up there, I am going to use my trusty mace. And that's a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
4 damage.
Okay. As you go up and strike it, we are now on
Hey,
Fighting.
the Death Doctor's turn.
it's not letting that come up.
Okay. Eth, you're up.
I am going to move up 5, 10, 15, and then go to the northwest one more. Sorry, northeast. There we go. And I'm going to put my 2 thumbs together, splay my fingers out, and I'm going to do burning hands. So however many of them I would be able to get in a 15-foot cone.
You'd probably be able to hit these 3.
Okay. And that would be a dex save for those 3.
Want to be taken out again?
Huh?
Huh?
No, I'm good. I don't gotta go out. So 2 of them failed. They all failed.
They all take 11 damage.
Okay.
Do I need to make a dex saving throw too?
You do not. As the fire goes around you, it actually wraps around you.
Eth is good with fire. Now, if Aezare was doing that, I'd be a little worried.
Evocation.
That's why I'm a wolf.
Wolves can
And
talk.
it is their turn.
Rawr.
Do
So
any of them look really bad, or are they all super healthy still?
they still look pretty good.
Do they go before I do?
They do.
Oh.
So this one came to engage Zoros. She is going to attack with her long sword. Non-natural 20 to hit. So Zoros, you take 4 points of slashing damage as she attacks you with her long sword.
Okay.
This dude is going to attack Faustus, and he is going to do it recklessly. Faustus, does a 19 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Okay. You take 5 points of slashing damage as he wields his great axe and just slashes you. This other guy is going to attack Zoros. Zoros did more damage than Faustus did, and he's going to do it recklessly. 19 will hit. Zoros, you take 11 points of slashing damage
This is
from
not
his
going
axe.
well.
These are going to come up and attack Captain Marshall. I'm just going to get as many as I can together. Okay. So 2 on Captain Marshall, 1 on the other Death Doctor. And I'll just do Captain Marshall's attacks. Okay, one of them's going to hit.
Stop it.
And the other one on the Death Doctor is going to hit. Okay. And then we are now up to Aezare.
Jump in. So this.
Aezare, are you gonna go after the big guy?
I can't talk in wolf form.
Yeah, but we would have decided probably who.
I wasn't planning on it. I was actually gonna kind of like sneak behind, but now everybody's engaged with everybody. I'm going to, so I can go 50 feet. I'm gonna go pretty much straight up to the guy that's attacking Faustus. In the
That
middle
one right there.
Yeah, that one there.
We'll move you a little bit so you're not, directly on S.
And I'm going to try and bite towards his throat if possible.
Okay. You do have advantage on the attack. So go ahead and roll 2 d20s and take the higher of the 2. Since he reckless attacked, he got advantage, but so do you.
So I got a 10 and then I add the +5 to hit, right?
What was the other?
1.
Okay. Yes, you would add a +5 to hit, and that
Okay,
will
so
hit. That hits. So
15.
go ahead and roll damage.
That's 13.
Okay. Okay, that is your turn.
Cool.
And then now top of the round. TikTok makes his first move. And he will attack the other Death Doctor that is right here. He is going to attack her with his great sword. So you see TikTok just kind of laugh as he walks up to this Death Doctor, and he pulls out his long sword and he makes 2 just arcing slashes, and this Death Doctor falls to the ground, not moving. And you hear TikTok just laughing louder. And underneath the laughter, you actually do just hear a very soft ticking of his clock. So that is his turn. So then we go to Zoros.
Okay, I'm gonna continue on the guy I'm at.
Okay, you get advantage on your attack.
21.
Okay, roll again just to see if you can get in that 20.
I did not.
Okay, so it still hits.
For 16.
Nice. As you bring your justice down on his leg, you hear a very sickening crunch as you hear some bones
Yes.
breaking. He's not looking good. It is now Captain Marshall's turn. he is just solely focused on TikTok. His mission is to end TikTok in any way possible. So Captain Marshall does pull out a great sword as well, and he makes 2 attacks against TikTok. One of them hits. And you can see he slashes down on TikTok, but TikTok still just keeps laughing. Okay, that is his turn. Faustus, you're up.
Okay, so the one that Soros just attacked is the one that's like right in front of me, right?
Correct, the one you're pointed at right now. Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna take another swing with my mace.
Okay, advantage on the attack.
Okay. 21 to hit
That'll hit.
and 7 damage.
Okay. He is looking rough. That end your turn?
That's it.
Okay. That doctor's trying to come to the party. Okay. F, you're up.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay. You will be able to hit all 3 of them.
So again, it'll be a dex.
One got a 16.
Okay.
The other 2 failed.
So the 2 that failed will take 11,
Okay.
and then the one who got the 16 would take the 6.
Okay. It is your turn, unless you want to move anywhere.
Nope, I'm staying here.
Okay. So that is their turn.
They're all still alive.
They are. The
Oh,
one that you
Jesus.
guys have been focused on is looking really bad. He is going
Yeah,
to
they took
reckless
2
on
rounds to kill one
Boros
guy.
again.
We haven't even started
He
TikTok.
misses. Second one is going to reckless on Faustus. Misses again.
We're not gonna survive this.
The one down here is going to attack Zoros. Nope, they are not rolling well. You hear TikTok tell these 3 that Captain Marshall is his to go after the other Death Doctor. Oops. Spending too many of them around. And Captain Marshall will get a attack of opportunity on one of them. So he will do some damage. Okay. But they are going to come down here and surround. Only get here. Okay. So 2 of them are attacking that one. They both hit with their long swords. Okay. So that is all of their turn. So Aezare, we are at you.
All right, I am going to attack the same guy that is in front of me.
Okay. You get advantage on the attack. So roll 2d20s and take the higher.
It was 16 and 13, so
Still hit.
yeah, it'll be a 21.
Yep.
So +5, and then 2d6. Uh-oh. $15 damage.
Nice. Okay. It is starting to look pretty rough. And we are back at the top. So TikTok is going to continue to attack Captain Marshall. Both of them hit. You see TikTok just continue this entire time just laughing as he continues to just take slash after Captain Marshall. You see Captain Marshall kind of stagger a little bit, but just kind of grunts and tries to take the damage. So that's TikTok. Zoros, you're up.
Okay, you said my guy is looking really bad.
Correct.
Which one's that?
This one right here in front of you.
Can Faustus, can he hit that guy?
On his turn, he can.
Okay, so I'm gonna start do damage to his, because I think I do more damage than he does if I hit. So if my guy's almost dead, he can probably finish him off.
Well, he's been attacking your guy too. You both have
Oh,
been
he
attacking.
has?
Yeah, you both been attacking the same guy.
Oh, okay. I have 12 plus. What's my plus?
6. That'll hit.
Okay.
So are you going after the one you both have been attacking, or are you going after
No,
the
I'm
other
going
one?
for the other one.
Okay.
8 and 4, 12.
Okay. Okay. So that
As I take my swing, I yell to Faustus, "Finish that guy!"
Captain Marshall is going to attack TikTok. Hits with both attacks. Okay. Now it is Faustus's turn.
Okay. I know he's engaged with like a couple of people at this time, but being a soldier, would he be at least be aware of what's going on with Captain Marshall and TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could see them both pretty much just standing there, just slashing each other to as
Dueling,
best as they can. Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right. So, Faustus will grunt. We don't have time for this, and swing his mace one more time.
Okay.
No bueno. That's a 9 to hit.
Surprisingly, that hits.
Okay.
These guys are not wearing pretty much armor.
So
You can tell that these
6
guys
damage.
You got really lucky. You managed to kill it. So you take your mace and you just decide to just double down on the bone cracking that you heard from the previous one, and you bring your mace down on his leg and he just drops. Doing anything else?
That's my action.
Okay. So it is this other Death Doctor's turn. He's going to try and take a swing at one of TikTok's men. It does hit. Okay. That is their turn. F, you're up.
So there are 3 of them that I see on.
3 on this one Death Doctor. 1 that both the Dire Wolf and Faustus are attacking, and then 1 that Zoros is engaged with.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to turn around and take aim my hands at those 3.
Okay. They all failed. They are not rolling well today.
Well, they only take 9 damage.
Okay. And it is their turn. So this guy is recklessing against Faustus. A 3 and a 6. Yeah. Good use of the reckless. She is going to attack Zoros. A 9. Another good use of their attack.
Okay.
These 3 will surround this one. Nope. Yep. Yep. You see as they all just surround this Death Doctor, just slashing with their long swords. He lets out a final cry as that dies. Aezare.
I'm going to attack the same guy I've been
Okay.
fighting at.
Okay, you get advantage on it because he has been attacking recklessly.
Look at you go.
High one's 18
Yep,
plus
that'll
5.
hit.
And then uh, 9. No, sorry. 4, 7 in damage.
Okay. He is looking really rough. And then we are back up to the top with TikTok. That's not good. You see with TikTok, he never stops his laughing, but you see he takes one big slash and he brings it down on Captain Marshall's across his body, and you hear Captain Marshall grunt, and the mask gets knocked off his face, and you could tell he's not looking good underneath it. And then TikTok comes up for a swing from up at the bottom, and you just see a giant gash form in Captain Marshall's chest. It sends him actually flying backwards 10 feet. As he lands on the ground, he's looking pretty much blood everywhere. You could see the light kind of draining from his eyes, and he just looks over at Faustus, and just in a very faint voice, you could hear him just say, "Run." And he dies. And TikTok, ever laughing, reaches into a pouch on his side, and in his hand you see him hold something black and spherical, and he says, "I think we're done here." And he tosses the black thing pretty much into the group of you, and he laughs and just kind of lumbers back the way he came. And with that, we are up to Zoros. And you do notice that even though TikTok has left, you can still hear some ticking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that black sphere he launched into us. Can I attack and move?
You can.
How far can I get?
I mean, your movement is 25 feet, so you can move 25 feet.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna hit that guy in front of me.
Okay.
7 plus, what is it, 6? 13?
That will hit.
7 and 4, 11.
Okay. Okay.
And I take off. I go back around the backside of that pillar.
So as you turn to run, you notice typically they would get an attack on you, but that guy's eyes are just wide and glued on the spherical item. And as you turn around, you hear a very familiar click, and you see a doorway slide open, and the beach is actually laid out in front of you.
I'm hitting the door.
Okay.
And as I go, I say, Faustus, this is it. Go, door.
So Faustus, you have absolutely no idea what he's talking about, but you just kind of look back behind you and you see Zoros not there anymore. He was there one moment, took a step, next moment he's gone. So that was Zoros. Faustus, we are up to you.
Okay. I have no idea what's going on. I definitely know that there's a device that TikTok just threw at us,
You
which I
are
should be familiar with, right?
very familiar with this device. You
Okay.
know that this is a time bomb.
All right. So, seeing as I don't have much time,
I get it.
I'm
And
gonna.
actually, as you're standing there and you're kind of looking at this device, you also hear a weird clicking noise, and you all of a sudden see light just coming from behind you.
Okay. I did just watch Captain Marshall die, so there might be other priorities going on in my head other than like additional clicking noises. So before I do anything, I reach out with my offhand and I grab the head of this gray man in front of me. And I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds as a second level spell.
Okay. Is it so okay, it's a spell attack against him.
So that would be 18 to hit.
That'll definitely hit.
And let's see, what's the damage?
It is 4d10. It's 3d10 base and then 1 extra for second level.
So an additional d10. So it'd be at 13 damage.
Okay, you all see that are still here. You see Faustus just reach out and grab this guy's head, and you see his hand just glow with golden energy, and it flows over this guy's head. And you hear Faustus just kind of mutter some words, but you can't really make out what he's saying. And this guy's head just basically shatters in his grasp, and the body drops to the ground dead.
So I guess now I would turn around and see what.
So as you turn around, because now you're kind of getting more of that light from behind you, you turn around, and where you would expect to just see darkness and the city behind you, you actually see a doorway. And in this doorway is a beach. And it is sunny. You can actually hear a little bit of the seagulls and the waves crashing from behind you. And looking there, you also see Zoros standing on the beach watching the
Come
door.
on.
So I'll run towards the light and over my shoulder yell out, "Run!"
So this door is only 5 feet behind you, so you make it that 5 feet, and we will continue with that when everybody is through. So that was Faustus, and now F.
Yeah, there's 6 of them left. He smoked all the death dogs.
So you still have three of the TikTok's men here, one here, and a little black sphere about right here. As you're standing there, you do hear a click, and you do see light coming from behind you as well.
I'm going to do Thunder Wave to try and push the people around me away even further.
Okay.
So that is a con save.
This one over here got a nat 20, but these 3 all failed. So they get pushed back 10 feet or 15?
Correct.
10 feet.
10 feet. And they take 7 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to look at the wolf and be like, you're the last one through. Hurry up. And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to run for the door.
Get left behind.
You go through. So it is TikTok's men. This one there knows very well what that black sphere is, and she just takes off running.
Motherfucker.
They all know what it is, so they're going to get up and then spend half of their movement just running in any direction they can to try and get out of what they will know is going to happen. Aezare, we're on you. As you are there and you're noticing everybody running around, you do hear a click from behind you and you see light streaming from your sides.
Is the bomb in my path to get to the door?
Nope, the bomb's about right here. And the door's
Okay.
right behind you.
So it is actually behind me. Okay, I'm just gonna turn around and take off for the door.
Okay, the 3 of you on the beach now see this gigantic dire wolf just leap through the door, coming straight at you.
And once I get to the beach, once I land and I get my footing, then I'll revert back.
Okay, and you kind of actually see, so this dire wolf leaps through the door, and you actually kind of see in mid leap she starts changing back to her normal self. So as she lands on the sand, she is back in her normal Aezare form, just kind of walking along. And with that, the door slams shut behind you, and you hear another click. And Faustus, as you come to the beach, all of a sudden, all of these memories start flooding your mind. You know who Eth is, you know who Zoros is, you know who Aezare is, you know you're missing 3 more members of your party. You don't see Luna, you don't see Hamilton, you don't see Rancid. But you are now standing on a rather nice beach. Weather is nice, sea breeze coming in, completely different from where you just came from. And with that, we will pick it up next time. So definitely thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Definitely let us know if you did. But we will see you in a couple weeks.
Woo.
Woo.